Hello there YouTube, my name is Jacob and as always here at the PNSLCG is where you want to be. In today's video I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different type of video than what I normally do. Normally I do either a online Pokemon related video or some sort of CSR2 related video. Today I'm going to do something different. I just feel in the mood to do something different, to do something that's changed. I hope you enjoy it as much as I'm going to enjoy doing this video. Basically, I have been playing handheld games and specifically Nintendo Game Boy related games for a very, very extended period of time. I'm hoping to actually start getting into doing some videos related to this stuff on the channel, which is kind of why I'm just making this video here. This is kind of a precursor of things to come. I'm also looking to see if people are interested in any sort of stuff that's going to be showcased in this video, but I'm basically going to be showing my collection of games, and for the most part these are almost exclusively Pokemon related games, since this is Pokemon is something that I have loved for a very extended period of time. If you do enjoy today's video where I just have some fun showing what I have over the years been able to collect and maybe giving some backstory into these various different games and what they mean to me, please consider subscribing to the PNSLCG. Every little bit of support helps and is greatly appreciated, but make sure you hit that notifications bell so you don't miss a video. Leave a like if you enjoy any of the various different games that I own and get to talk about in this video, because I own them. Any of these games that you want to see a video on in the future, put it down in the comment section below, but please keep it respectful, and I will greatly appreciate any memories, any stories, anything that you have in the comment section about any of these games, as long as it's respectful. Without further ado, let's get started. So, first two games are not Pokemon. They are a bit different. These are the original Fossil Fighters, so there's that. And then the Fossil Fighters Champions. So, Champions is the sequel to Fossil Fighters. The third Fossil Fighters, I don't own it. I never played it. I didn't find it as interesting as the first two when all of the different commercials for it and videos and this and that came out. But the first two came out, the first one came out when I was in elementary school and it blew up and it was a big thing. People were getting into it, loving it, and so I eventually got into it and I had a blast with it. And the sequel, I had a great time with the sequel. But yeah, so there's those two games. Now the next two games that I have are Pokemon games, but they are not exactly the most mainstream. So the first one that I have is Pokemon Ranger Guardian Science. Now this is the third version of Pokemon Ranger. The first two I have played, but I don't own currently. I had a blast when this came out. This was an awesome, fun game that me and some of my family members and friends and this and that really got into and had a great time with. Very, very long game. Very, very long game for sure, but story plot is great and awesome and very interesting, all kinds of plot twists, and it was a very, very fun game when it came out. The second one is another one that I had a blast with, Pokemon Conquest. Now apparently they are supposed to be working on making a sequel to Pokemon Conquest. Now it's based off of, I believe, Nobunaga's Conquest. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Chew me up if you see fit in the comment section if I said it wrong. But I had blast with both of those two games when they came out. They were very, very pleasant games for me to play. And then this game here that I have, I used to own the original for it, but I don't currently. And it is a remade version of Pokemon Black and White 2. Basically, it's a fan-made edit where they just made everything harder. They changed a lot of stuff. Very interesting game. I've had a blast with it. It's quite fun, quite an adventure, bit more difficult, especially when you put it on difficult mode. And Black and White 2 is already a difficult game, but I have had a lot of fun with it. I used to do Pokemon competitively, so that just is in my wheelhouse. Now, we get to the real legit games. Every single one of these games is a real, authentic copy that I personally own. The first one being Pokemon FireRed. This is the remake of the red, blue, yellow original Pokemon games that came out. The first Pokemon game I ever owned was Leaf Green, and then I ended up getting this game second hand. I loved this game when I got it. It was my first Pokemon game. It was my first ever game, DS game, and it spurred everything else that you see in this video. The second one that I own is Pokemon Emerald. Now you can see, considering that the front of this is completely gone, this has seen better days. The battery has run dry, and clock-based events don't work anymore in it. But this is probably one of my favorites, if not my absolute favorite Pokemon game. I really just absolutely loved Emerald. I loved the Hoenn region. I did own Ruby and Sapphire as well. My Ruby game unfortunately broke, and my Sapphire game I no longer personally own. It went to the same person as my original Leaf Green copy. The next game, and I'm just going to do these in chronological order of when they came out, just to have a bit of structure to this video, is Pokemon Platinum. Now, this is a game I've not played too much of, to be honest. I borrowed other people's Platinum versions multiple times when I was first playing this game. I only recently actually got this, and I'm glad I did, because right after I bought it, the price on these absolutely skyrocketed with whatchamacallit, Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl coming out. So that was a steal. I got it for 10, 15 bucks, and now it's like 50, 60, 70 to find an authentic copy like that one is. But it's the Sinnoh region is the region I really, really strongly grew up with. That was when all the cards that were coming out and everything like that. I will actually do a video in the future showcasing a good amount of like my card collection and this and that, but I'm going to be doing it a little bit in a different way than probably you're used to on YouTube. So if you are excited for that, please stay tuned for that. That is going to be coming out maybe a month or so from now. Just I need to get some things in order and actually have the cards with me in my possession. I don't currently have them where I am at. But the next game is a game that really means the world to me. And really it's two games, but the first one is Pokemon SoulSilver. This game was bought for me by a friend that was much older than I was at the time. It was given to me the day before that friend moved away after having graduated from high school and going off to college and everything like that. I originally used to own the HeartGold and SoulSilver versions, both of them, but they were fakes. And when they ended up breaking, when you switch them from your normal DS to a different DS system, I'm not sure why they did that, but that's just the way they worked. I was so badly disheartened because it was a game that I beloved. I had and actually I still do, I have a Pokewalker that is still functioning, still works, everything like that. Not a parts one. It's a legit Pokewalker, and I'm very happy about it. And so when the older friend of mine heard about this scenario right before going away to college, bought it for me, completely surprised me. It wasn't my birthday or anything like that. and I have owned that copy ever since. I refuse to ever sell it, give it away, let anyone else touch it. But it really shaped and changed my life. That act of kindness just meant the absolute world to me. And I've never looked at how to treat other people the same ever since that happened. But I do own a HeartGold version as well that is not the original version, obviously, since the original broke and was fake. But yeah, I've put endless amounts of hours into those two games. Those came out and I bought them right away as soon as they came out and loved them to death. That was really when I was really into Pokemon at that point. The next two games, I was still into Pokemon, but this is where I started to wane as a kid and got back into it later on, is Black and White. Now, the white version, I bought this as soon as these games came out. I remember the day when I brought them home and started playing them in the car, you know, as kids do and everything like that. All the memories. I've put endless amounts of hours. I've replayed this game over probably 20 times, something like that. It's a game I enjoyed. And this was actually given to me by a friend of one of my college roommates. So that was awesome. I had a blast getting that, and I'm greatly appreciative for that one. Now we get into some of the more modern games. So the next two, these have some interesting stories, are Pokemon X and Pokemon Y. Now, I bought these games from GameStop. And again, I'm not affiliated with GameStop in any way. They're not supporting me or nothing like that. But I bought them back when they were selling for 15, 20 bucks. Now they're selling for like 40, 50. So I got a big steal back then. And I bought both of them because I originally owned the X and Y games and bought them when they came out. But my Y game was stolen by someone, and then my X game broke. So there's the story behind these two games. I'm grateful to own them and got them as cheap as I did because they are worth way more now. The next two are OmegaRuby and AlphaSapphire. Now, this OmegaRuby, there's nothing special, nothing interesting about it. I loved these games since Emerald was probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite Pokemon game of all time. Going to go back to the Hoenn region and shift some things around, change some things up. I really felt this is how remakes should be done. I was not a big fan of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl whatsoever, which is why you will not see it in this video at all. I do not own it, nor any of the Switch games. But this AlphaSapphire is not a normal game. I had someone put through a lot of hard work and dedication, and I purchased it off of eBay. Every single Pokemon into this game, and so it will probably come up at some point in time in the future. I'll probably discuss it. Maybe I'll even have videos with it, something of that nature. But yeah, it's not a normal game. It's a bit of a blast. I will never be able to restart it for that obvious reason. And then this Sun game that I own is very similar. I had someone put all of the stuff in it and bought it off of eBay. And then the absolute last game that I own is Pokemon Ultra Moon, and I only recently purchased this because I basically wanted to have every single Pokemon game, play every single Pokemon game that ever came out. I was not too happy with Sun and Moon when it first came out. I was really massively into the competitive scene. I was playing online on something called Showdown, and I was very highly ranked at one point. I had a pretty extremely high elo, like I want to say it was maybe 1700, 1800, something absolutely insane. I was ranked really freaking high. I have all kinds of stories from that. And Sun and Moon just completely destroyed the competitive scene when they came out with the Z moves and all that sort of stuff. So that really tainted my memory of the game, but I do enjoy it. I've had fun with the game. I don't necessarily hate it. I have actually never completed Ultra Moon, so that is something that I do want to do at some point in time in the future, and I'll probably be making a video of that at some point in time in the future. But that is going to do it for all of the games. However, really quickly, I am going to just pull out my systems that I still own that I've played on. So here is my DS Lite. As you can see from the fact that I have a whole piece chipped off there, this system has seen much better days. I have spent, oh my goodness, endless amounts of time in this system. Dropped it 200 times probably, messed it up, banged it up, beat it up, everything like that. If you don't open it the right way, if I have it like got an angle like this, the top screen freezes. So it's seen much better days. It still works though, fully functioning, everything like that, and it will probably be in a video very soon on the channel, so stay tuned to that if you are so interested or so inclined. My next system that I owned is a DSi system. Now the L and R buttons don't really work too good anymore. I think it's only like the R button that works at all, and it only works like 25% of the time. Spent a lot of time in this. Obviously with all of the HeartGold and SoulSilver, the black and white, and everything like that. It still works, still functional. I probably won't be using it at any point in time on the channel, but I thought I would just showcase it. And then the last two systems that I have, and this is basically just, I'm hoping that you're just able to get a kick out of seeing all this various different stuff that I have, and that if there's anything that you want to see on a future video in the channel, please put it down in the comments section below, as that'll be something I would be really happy to share. I have two different 2DSs, one red and one blue. Now you might think, okay, yeah, red and blue, the original Pokemon games. Honest to goodness, it's just a complete coincidence. I have two of them because I wanted to be able to trade back and forth. I wanted to be able to do a whole bunch of different stuff with my games. Since you can see, I own most of the games that I own, like HeartGold, I own SoulSilver. Black, I own White. Black 2 and White 2, I actually own two different copies of the fan-made versions of Black and White 2, so I can trade with those. I have X and Y, OmegaRuby, AlphaSapphire. I used to have Sun and Moon. I don't have, or I used to have two Sun versions because I accidentally had somebody buy me the wrong version. And so I have, for the most part, two cross games to be able to play against one another and just to have fun with and trade and battle and do this and do that. But there are some other things that I have done, and that is the real reason why I bought a second 2DS, was to be able to do some very interesting things with my playthroughs. If that is something you're looking forward to in a future video, please let me know. I will be describing how I do some of that at some point in time in the future. I really would like to be able to make content on this sort of stuff. But that's going to do it for today's video. I really hope you did enjoy me getting to just go through a trip down memory lane, seeing some of these games again. I'm obviously not playing very many of them right now since I've been doing a lot of the CSR2. I'm hoping to get back into it. I'm hoping to actually show some of these on the channel and just have a blast with it, but that's going to do it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this was fun. If you did enjoy, please consider subscribing. If there's any games that you want to see in the future, leave a like and leave a comment. That would be really helpful, and I would greatly appreciate all of the support. Make sure you hit that notifications bell so you don't miss out on a video. As always, my name is Jacob. Here at the PNSLCG is where you want to be. Thank you very much for watching. You have a great and blessed day.